You know, it was almost a shame that you didn't have your notepad up when we started the stream today, Scott.
Why is that?
Because then we wouldn't have your super advanced bug reporting framework enabled.
I have no bugs to report as of right now.
Oh, my goodness.
All the bugs are behind us.
It's a fresh slate. So anyway, welcome to this week's stream. It's Sorcerer King. I'm Adam. He's Scott.
Howdy.
We are at Stardock. We make the game. Well, Scott makes the game. I mostly make fun of him trying to play the game that he's made.
I got teased online about that actually last week. Like, we don't think that you played the game besides when you played on the stream. Like, I wish I had time to.
That's funny. We do play the game.
Oh yeah. Oh, no. I guess the point was, you know, there are the macro guys and the meta game guys. You know,
Sure.
Brad and Chris and you and a lot of the QA guys have the more meta eyes, whereas a lot of the team
A little more
they got stuff to do.
Fixing the, for instance.
Fixing bugs. Oh, great news.
The freaking movement, tactical, multiple archers
Units.
retreating to the same spot bug, which could be retitled.
I think we... No, that's what it's called in the bug tracking software. I believe we fixed it. Tactical battle, unit on unit fun times. I'm sure you've all encountered this because I've seen tons of bugs about it, but there was a bug in tactical battles where every so often units would end up on top of AI units would end up on top of one another. I believe we fixed it. There were about like 3 or 4 areas where it had to be fixed, but I think we got that.
Hooray.
Pretty cool. Huzzah.
You should play the game, Scott, since that's typically what we do on this.
So are we going to do the Let's Play?
Let's do it.
I think we're at a good point where we can do that.
So we're going to start it out. So who do you recommend? Are we going to do the wizard?
I'm going to play as the wizard. I tweaked his tree a little bit.
Okay.
Not too much, but actually I want to show off one of our other new features. With him.
Yeah. I'm very excited about this.
You know
feature.
what I'm talking about.
I do. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm talking through arena or small. Arena we should be able to get through in two weeks.
I think let's do arena. Let's not bite off more than we can chew here.
Actually, yeah. In 3 weeks, I'm going to be in Disney World. So let's do arena.
All right.
And
Look at that loading screen. Look at how pretty that is. That's beautiful.
Okay. So this is our big new feature that we weren't going to try to get into version 1, but then we got more time. And we said, okay, let's mess around with it. We don't have a good name for it. Interactive intro.
I like Rise to Power.
Rise to Power. Okay.
Personally,
this is your Rise to Power. Okay, so this is your Rise to Power.
For now, until Brad retitles it. But, you know.
I was thinking about something about agency. That's like the hot word amongst...
Oh, yeah, amongst the designer crowd.
Yeah, the designer clique.
Your screenshot Saturdays and your whatnot.
Oh,
I follow you on Twitter. I follow you on Twitter. I know how you do.
Yeah, so the Rise to Power quest, basically all the exposition and lead up into the main game is done through this interactive intro where you can get a couple of bonuses out of the choices that you make. So I am going to...
You're Galor, leader of Athica, the last free city in the world. You have led your realm through its typo. You have lead your realm through its darkest era as civilization around you falters. Another typo. The world under the boot of this tyrant sorcerer king. You could see from a distance that conflict with this villain would be inevitable, and working in secret, you have taken steps to prepare for it. What kind of steps have you taken, Scott?
I don't know. I've dedicated my efforts to exploration and intelligence gathering.
Boring.
Actually, that's what I wanted to pick. I dedicated my efforts to raising an army, or I dedicated my efforts to building a strong city. Actually, that's the one I want to pick.
Oh, all right. I promise not to make fun of you for it.
I want the pioneer.
All right. Knowing that you would need a strong platform from which to base your struggle against the Sorcerer King, you have instituted realm-wide reforms to improve Athica. Deciding not to openly build something that would attract attention, you instead dedicated your efforts toward training and preparation. Very few typos in that one. I'm very excited.
You have to read typos. That's the rule. I train pioneers to claim new lands, and we're good. I want to leave some of it as a surprise. But each one of the sovereigns will have their own tree. So every time you play, you'll be able to kind of squeak out some different bonuses and just little alterations on
I really
your
like
first few turns, but
yeah, I really like the fact that it gives you I keep forgetting what we call intangibles.
yeah, the intangibles.
So like you got +1 courage for doing that, and that can tie into back into the Dungeon Master, and so you can start seeing some of those like
Right off
courage
the
or
bat,
loyalty
yeah.
or whatever events start to
Exactly,
come up
yeah.
right off the bat.
Yeah,
and it
so
makes
you
it feel a little bit more narrative, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I like.
And it's, I mean, exposition is never really fun. Like the first time that you see a cutscene, the first time that you've read the intro text, this gives you, this kind of plays that whole system in a fun little way. So we've all read this text before.
100 million times. Are we? Is that going to be fixed for the next update?
I believe so.
What are we going to name our city? That's a good question.
I don't know. Oh, we should have asked that right off the bat.
We should have asked that right off the bat. Well, we got all distracted talking about whatever we were talking about. I don't know. I pretty much just have Final Fantasy battle music running in my head right now because there's this new Final Fantasy mobile game and it's got the actual
Record
music.
Keeper. That was the name I was going to suggest for for that intro thing.
Oh, the
Record Keeper.
Okay. Interesting. Anyway, Record Keeper is really good. It's it's infested with a lot of stupid mobile stuff, but it's still good.
Okay.
Anyway,
name for our city. Do you ever play Final Fantasy 2/4?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, that was Build Your Shard Shrine. Build Your Shard Shrine.
Okay. Second city. Let us know what the second city should be named.
That's right. That's a good point. You should absolutely let us know what you think the second city should be named. Are we going to communicate those starting quests a little better at some point? By which I mean to say we should communicate those starting quests a little better at some point. Like, because I like them. I like them a lot as little kind of breadcrumbs to teach people what they should be doing.
So it's like 2 clicks in, right? It's
like you almost have to know that they're there.
Yeah.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of having little tutorial breadcrumbs.
How do you do so? Build an outpost. I guess every turn that goes by that you haven't done one, like we could pop up down here in the corner.
Every turn that goes by would be annoying. You could just drop them all in there on the first turn, or you could or drop 1 per turn for the first 5 turns or whatever.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So it would be like, oh, don't forget. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be okay. I thought you were saying like every turn until you liberate a monster layer, you get the quest. I was like, that sounds horrible.
No, absolutely not. Okay, so I'm going to first couple of turns. I'm going to go get my loot on. What should I build first, Adam?
I always build a scout first.
Okay, we'll build a scout first.
I can't because the freestanding treasure chests are so good, and then just knowing one of the biggest things that you need to manage is what your starting hero does, right? And getting the maximum amount of loot and XP and land clearing per time, right? So I'm a big efficiency, like hardcore strategy nerd, and so like, God, I love the new spell icons.
Yeah,
so
I
good.
think they turned out nice.
I really do. So anyway, maximizing your hero's effectiveness on a per turn basis and knowing where to send him is a big part of that. If you're out exploring with your hero, you could be going in a stupid direction that has too tough of monsters or nothing good, or you're neglecting another direction that has something really like an expansion tile or something. Yeah. So I really feel like the scout is the strongest choice.
Yeah, and if you ever throw him in the army, like I like the fact that he's kind of useful in battles. Throw him in.
You keep saying that, and I don't know that I believe you.
No, the escape. I mean,
escape is terrible. Escape. You shouldn't be getting into those fights in the first place. Just saying.
I like escape.
If we honestly though, and this is something that I actually feel pretty strongly about. If you can have an honest disagreement about which one is better, that means we've done a decent job as designers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
everybody, you want to make sure they all have their own pros and cons, and yes.
Had a question in the chat. Is there a release date yet? I'm trying to think of what we've said because it was originally going to be April or March. And then we delayed it a couple months.
I don't know what officially has been said.
I mean, I am pretty much the official source, and Brad's going to tweet it anyway, so whatever. We'll be out later this summer.
Yeah. I actually don't even know the official official date. But I know next Thursday is we'll be putting out the patch that has all this good stuff rolled into it. Probably not a beta 6 patch, but it'll be beta 5a or whatever.
For sure. We had a question, if the notifications have been changed and they pop up, can you temporarily hide your camera window so we can see them? Absolutely. I'll just turn it off for a while because I always forget about it and then I feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a terrible producer.
Okay.
For which I apologize profusely. But
Chain boots. So
yeah,
I'm assuming we start crafting as soon as we can.
Generally speaking, yeah. I mean, boots take a ton of... put them on the dog. Put them on the dog. Okay. Now, the reason I say that is because losing the dog sucks because Howl is completely overpowered, and we love it. Buckles clearly was having too much fun with this one.
Only home, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Very
so
meta.
here we have a farmer at the inn. He has a problem, but something about the Sorcerer King's raiders. Should we help the farmer? Yes, we should. I'm guessing it's going to send us in another direction. Or it's going to drop me into a battle right
That's
away.
okay. That's not too bad. You should be able to take those. We had a question in the chat. Is it mostly done? Because I'm more of the questioner, Forverse in the chat says he's more of a V1.0 guy and not so much a beta player, which is totally, I'd love to point out that I love it when people just know that and they don't want to play a beta, and that's totally cool. You shouldn't play betas. We welcome you to join us when we release the 1.0 version. Anyway, yeah, so we'll be out later this summer. It is close to done. We're feature complete, more or less.
Yeah.
Unless there's like some little stuff that we can add in, like the intro thing is something that was added in because it was something that wasn't like technically super like difficult or time consuming to do.
Yeah. What I would suggest is we're sending out a build to get a mock review done. So internally we can kind of go, oh, here's the sore points here. Here are the obvious big things that are going to come up in reviews. So from that we're gonna make tweaks as necessary. So probably after that, I think that we're sending that out at the end of this month.
Yeah, but I mean, even though it is feature complete, like I suspect this is going to be a way more of a fun game, honestly, once we hit 1.0, because there's just going to be that much more balance and polish and bug fixing.
1.0 is going to be like everybody else's 1.1 or 1.2. Like we're using this month to kind of go above and beyond and polish as necessary. We're not really at anything big, but we are going to tweak.
Murder these guys, would you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
appreciate
talk
that.
with my hands.
You do talk with your hands. It's true. That's okay. I'm pretty sure Paul made Galciv Combat non-interactive just so that he could just fire up combat and let that run while he talks on the stream.
Let's rewatch that.
He's totally done it.
Quite genius. Yeah, no.
This is like, I'm just going to restart this battle because that was pretty cool and I want to talk. So, yeah, you really needed to bite that guy's last 1 HP off. That was pretty crucial.
Do you feel like if an ability goes by, like you've wasted it? I don't know. If it's there,
no, totally.
It's like this little OCD thing or something as a gamer. Fair. Like I should use it because I can use it.
That's fair. Let's see. Since it is done, what will be the first, second, and third expansion features? We have a lot of ideas for expansions and DLCs, but right now we want to get the game out. Honestly, I mean, like, I don't even know if we have an answer to that. Like, there's a big pile there's a big pile of stuff basically, but we haven't actually looked at anything and like what is actually going to be fun, what is going to be doable, like
major triage to be done, and just seeing what the reception is,
right? And what people want.
If we see 3 reviews that say why wasn't this in, and we haven't thought about it, then that's going in.
Right. Is this game a blend of Heroes and Might and Magic and Civilization type of game? Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's kind of different than all those, but I mean, it's not a terrible comparison. I think if you like those games, certainly you are the kind of player that we are building this game for.
Yeah.
It's really about like the evil tyrant has already won, and you need to go into his lair and kick his face in.
What I like about it is that that build up to a final battle, whereas Civilization games are 4X games tend to be this big rise, and then there's this fall where you're mopping up, and whereas
or
here
you're
it's
just
like,
kind of grinding out your
it's
whatever
like
your
you're
tech
gonna
victory
win
or whatever it is.
Whereas here you don't really know you're gonna win until those final.
Because you're going into the heart of the dark stronghold, right? And there's this giant climactic fight, and then like what happens in the fight is based on like choices that you've made during the game, and like it's pretty cool.
So that side. What's nice is the end game feels more like an RPG, but it has all the trappings and a lot of the cool mechanics of a 4X.
How long of a playthrough do you think will this game have? I mean, that really depends on the map. Like we're playing on an arena. This map you could you could finish an arena map in what 2-3 hours?
Yeah,
probably.
we're hoping it's going to be. We would really like arenas to be less than an hour. I don't know if we're ever going to get there. That's going to take some serious pacing tweaks.
Yeah.
Specific pacing tweaks to the arena.
Map. Yeah.
So
Just to be able to get strong enough to take on the lieutenants and then but then up to like a large or huge or whatever our biggest map is. I mean, that's 20-30 hours probably to play at least.
Easy.
So it really depends on how you want to play.
Enchanted Forge has been moved up.
Hooray!
Because
Thank goodness.
that was lame down here.
It was super lame.
We have a new victory condition.
Oh,
Everybody can build the Tower of Mastery. But once you research that tech, Sorcerer King pops up, says, I know what you're doing. I'm going to crush you within the hour, and basically launches full-out war on you. So this is, whereas the main arc is more offensive, this is the defensive option where you've set up, I find it to be a lot of fun setting up my outpost, making this gauntlet that the enemy has a hard time getting through. So this is for us turtlers who use escape and like to kind of play a little bit safer.
Sure.
And actually, I don't know if this works. That's the plan. Maybe we can even test that through this playthrough. But I'm gonna go for the Enchanted Forge because that's rad.
We had another compliment in the chat for the art style in the game. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We have worked very hard and actually tweaked it quite a bit during the beta, and added a lot of stuff and added some of the screen filters and stuff on it. And I mean, we're pretty happy with it. I think I certainly am, from my personal perspective. So we're kind of rolling around. We're building our scout. Where's your pioneer? What's she doing?
It's
Sorry. Well, let's murder some bandits first.
Shoot. I already.
Is she parked in the?
She's parked in the. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
No,
I mean,
it's kind of.
You got to figure out where she needs to go.
No.
It's a couple lost turns there ain't gonna kill you. You're all right.
Okay, now I got to play this out.
Ideally, you'd be able to find a shard that she could go grab.
Yeah.
Because shards are so good, especially getting that second shard in particular is a huge deal. Why are you doing that instead of howling? Oh my goodness! Now your soldier can't come up and do his cleave attack.
I'm gonna be. Oh boy! They wouldn't lambaste me on the forums if you were nicer to me. That's what it.
Do you honestly look inside yourself, Scott? Do you honestly think that's true?
I can still blame it on trying to converse while playing.
Fair enough.
If I had a self-run battle mode, I do.
You do have a. There you go.
Yeah, but ours is so fast. This buys me no time. At least I can use my hands to talk.
That's true.
Okay.
Well, we did have a question actually from Gilmoy. So let's see.
Yeah, nothing.
Here's an interesting question. Does +1 attack, like Howl, does it increase everybody's maximum damage by +1? Or is there a base stat called attack that gets converted through nifty math into a damage range? I believe it's the second. So your +1 damage actually translates to quite a bit different, especially for like the guys who triple attack, like
I'll have to see
where you have 3 soldiers in a group.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe they get extra benefit out of things like Howl.
Yeah, so
as opposed to like a hero who's only one dude.
Yeah, the game definitely treats groups differently. But I think that actually gives a boost to physical attack. That's actually a physical attack.
I believe so.
Boost.
And I believe there's some math in there, so it's not literally just like +1 damage per figure or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely
new screen, but now we're missing the art.
Yeah, this is a mess.
It is kind of a mess.
Okay.
That's okay. I mean, logically, it's there. It works. It's
I don't
fine.
think anything's changed here. So what do you suggest?
These
You
are
always
always
say
tough.
go down the mall, right?
You always go for mall, and I get that because mall is baller, which is great. But the rest of that tree is kind of boring. Whereas like I like to either go for Deadly or Harbinger, both of which are pretty good.
Okay.
Because I love Inspire too.
Okay, I will go down that tree then. Do we have any second city names?
We had one. We can certainly open the floor for more. Where was it? Chat's kind of dead, you guys. Get chatting.
It's Wienerville, isn't it?
It's not Wienerville, thank goodness. Although I did see on a major PC gaming website, I saw a screenshot from I think
Gale Civ 3.
No, it was I was going to make that
Okay.
reference, but it was from I think Rust or something or one of those survival games
Uh-huh.
where it was a naked dude and they don't like put like a
Oh,
diaper or
they
anything
didn't-
on you when you're naked.
and they didn't blur it out.
No,
or anything?
oh no, he's just hanging out. So they actually one-upped the Galciv
Wow.
dong ships.
Yeah.
That was
not
quite a
just-
wiener fleet though. It was impressive.
Yep.
Because it wasn't just like one dong ship. It was like a whole wiener fleet surrounding a planet. It was amazing. So anyway, I salute that. We're kind of 14, so I apologize for that. Oh, good times. Oh, you know what? I actually switched windows, and so I lost the chat history. Womp womp. So anyway, so we're gonna keep playing through.
Okay,
we're gonna kind of exploring some stuff.
So we're kind of on this side of the map. I probably don't need to go any farther over here because.
Now this is interesting because you're kind of going more on a like trying to go find stuff path with your hero, where like I would be taking my time and clearing out all those layers that I thought that I had a chance to go murder.
Okay.
But you should inspire your troops, Scott.
Okay.
That's a good plan.
Inspire.
You should run up toward the archers first, and then inspire your troops. Like go around there.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Okay.
See?
Nice.
See, I'm teaching you things about
thinking
your own game. It's good
tactically.
times. Inspire's so good.
Okay. So I inspired them. Didn't get an attack off,
That's
but
okay.
I can double it up with Howl.
Right.
Do you fall back?
I
and do
would
Howl?
retreat the wolf.
Okay. Those boots
Because then
just,
your soldier goes next, so he can run up and tie up these guys and cleave them.
Let's actually see. So this is my group of farmers' sons.
Right.
Let's see their attack. So they're getting.
So they have the
Some
+2 bonus
bonuses.
from Howl, so they're up to 18 instead of
Nice. Okay.
12 or whatever. No, yep, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Cleave,
And then
cleave,
cleave 'em?
or whatever it's called, sweep. I don't know. Or fail miserably at life.
That's actually
That's your
a
other
bug.
option.
I can't wait to fix that.
It's a bug where you miss.
It is. No, actually, dodge. We talked to Brad about it. I think that dodge is being calculated wrong.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's been kind of wonky, but
It's
I don't know that we've
definitely,
ever. There you go.
Yeah. It just these guys are dodging all the time. They have zero dodge, and even with low. I mean, I have 75 accuracy, but that shouldn't mean that he can dodge.
You have such a good sweep attack coming up right now. Look at that sweep attack.
we
It's
go.
going to be awesome. How is auto resolve calculated? Auto resolve is actually like that was not a very exciting sweep attack, Scott.
A dodge.
Man, you're going to lose Sir Kriston.
No,
Not that it
no.
matters. Whatever. He's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
Around.
it. Yeah.
Around the bend.
Yep. Because who cares if they attack Tandis? He can take it.
Okay.
But it actually runs like basically attacks like this character attacks this character and misses or hits and runs all the combat math and it just kind of blows through it that way. I don't think it takes into we might be getting too far to the sausage factory, but I don't think it takes into account like terrain and movement and that kind of stuff. It's kind of attack.
And even spells, like it's really really piddly on how it uses spells.
Which is honestly, I think, probably pretty good. Like you don't, I mean, because you don't want the auto resolve to use your mana. But murder,
and-
get your murder on.
I'm sorry, I was going to talk about.
Just kill these
talk
guys.
about the different modes, the different the crushing defeat.
Oh, sure. So when you
that's
go into the
kinda nice.
encounter screen, or when you start a fight, or a fight is started on you, because you're in Soviet Russia, what happens is you see the encounter screen, and then we show you like the probable outcome, and it's like probable victory, probable loss, crushing defeat, overwhelming victory, and some of those are actually guaranteed like overwhelming victory, or one of them, whichever one the best one is like literally the game just tells you like you're going to win and nobody's going to take any damage.
Yep. So just auto resolve that all the time.
Right, because it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
Because it does get to the point where there are trivial fights and you just don't care. But anyway.
It's just not. It really makes the mid to late game, that mop up that we talked about,
right,
actually makes it enjoyable because you can hit those guys and it's like, oh, I'm gonna be fine.
Right.
You see victory or overwhelming victory, it feels good.
Clear out the lair, get your bonus skill points from your starting quest.
All right. Okay.
Get your scout on.
Here's my question: Pioneer, does the Pioneer go with the scout?
No, God, absolutely not.
But
absolutely not.
He doesn't get attacked.
Does that actually true if he also has a pioneer in the party? I thought it was only true. I mean, I assumed that it was only true if all the dudes in that army shared that trait.
You're probably right.
So,
really quick, did you ever play Earthbound?
No, I'm not an Earthbound guy.
Okay, they had a really cool system for auto resolve where you would see guys on the map, and then if you got if you're high enough level, they would start running away from you, and if you could catch them when they're running away, you'd automatically defeat them and get the XP and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Kind of a fun little like tactile.
Get your charge on.
All right, let's go with that tree. Should I go down here? I feel like
nah, there's probably nothing.
Okay.
You can actually kind of see a mountain poking up out of the fog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go back and clear out those layers.
Okay.
It's XP, man.
Let's see.
I would hook up either a garden or a workshop, probably, or work camp.
Yeah, let's
whatever.
do work camp. Start busting out.
Oh, do you have any enchantments you need to drop?
Yeah, let's do that.
Arcane construction wouldn't be terrible.
10% reduce.
Or bountiful harvest, or enchanted harvest. Bountiful harvest is better than enchanted hammers.
Okay.
Especially early here.
Okay.
I would probably do that. Do you only have the one enchantment slot?
Wait.
How many slots do you have?
I don't know, but One. Dang. One thing we changed.
I saw you got a whole bunch of starting mana.
Wizard starts off with 100 mana versus the 40.
I like it. I like it.
A nice little.
It lets you use hypnotize earlier if you want to. If you want to roll the dice on that. Yeah. Does that actually? Did we fix it so that ever actually works? By the way, or does it still?
It works.
Totally
It works at the same regularity as it did before.
Okay.
So no, we didn't.
Fair enough.
Sorry. Cloud Walk. I always like this.
Cloud Walk's not bad.
Okay.
It's a good.
Better?
Or Vitality's not bad, but that's kind of for later.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do Cloud Walk.
is cool.
It's just traversal is.
Oh boy.
So key. What?
Is that a stalker? Oh no, that's a wolf.
Oh, okay.
And you may have just moved your scout at it.
No.
No, you didn't. Okay, good. Thank goodness.
I'm good.
I was gonna be sad for you.
You were gonna laugh. You can't wait.
It's possible I was gonna laugh.
Enchanted
Forge is so important.
Craft.
All right.
Chain boot. Oh wait.
No. Gloves and a chain shirt. Heck yes. Yeah.
This uses 6 iron though.
Whatever. Yeah, it's also +6 defense. Hook it up.
Oh yeah. Nice. Back on.
Heck yeah. And then I would so craft the gloves, and I'm curious, what can you put on them now? Because I know you changed enchantment around a bit since last I poked around.
Yeah, let's actually look into that.
Let's.
So 2 slots. Wrath. I got my spellbook pages.
Mm-hmm.
+10 backswing, fire attack, cold attack.
Backswing's pretty
physical
good.
Attack bonus. It's actually 10%.
Oh, this is
backswing likelihood. Okay.
Oh wait, Crystal Flagon just doesn't give you anything. It's just in the list.
That should. Oh, that needs to get. Oh,
it does need to get out.
Lodestone, mana cost, initiative.
Initiative is good.
I want to change. I want to talk to Brad. These kind of got nerfed big time.
Yeah, they
I kind
did.
of liked it when these gave attack.
They got really overpowered on soldiers though.
Well, Clouded Ruby. So this is what I say. Clouded Ruby, Cloudy Die. All the clouded ones do the resist. But then if you come across
the second level ones,
the second level ones are the ones that do attack.
Okay, I could see that.
I don't know.
Because by that point, it's not nearly as big of a deal
Yeah.
to get a couple +1 attacks on there.
It's
You put
these
them on
ones-
a pikeman or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like your cheap soldier is all of a sudden doing twice as much damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. And looks like we took out, or do you not have any mana berries yet? Because
have
those were the
no-
horrendously
Oh,
overpowered
yeah,
ones.
Yeah.
Although Midnight Stone on Tandis is also awesome for the XP bonus.
Okay. What should I do?
On the Warrior's Blade?
Or
I'd probably,
what do you suggest I do in general?
I would go ahead and do the Midnight Stones, actually.
Okay.
Just because it's Tandis. I would never put Midnight Stones on anything for anybody but a hero because XP just isn't that important for your other
Health
dudes.
regeneration, is that in battle?
It better not be because that would be crazy OP. Or you could also give him some cedarwood oil for the plus initiative. I'd actually do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure he's out of the gates as soon as possible. All right. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, see?
Great initiative.
Yeah.
I saw another initiative one. What was that?
It was a +1 on the lodestone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not as
so
exciting.
Enchant that and okay. What's the what do we want out of the wolf?
Well, I would give the wolf probably defensive things because his damage sucks anyway, and you really want to keep him alive. So actually, it might not be. You might not even need to enchant him too much right now.
Okay.
It's up to you.
What about some initiative just to
Oh yeah, some initiative to get the howl off earlier. Sure.
Yeah, all I have
I
those
feel
is
that.
lodestone. It'd be nice if I had cedarwood. I'm gonna hold off and see
Okay.
what else.
All right.
What else I can do? And I'm going to
Yeah, totally. Healing potions are nice.
report. Oh, that's right.
Because you've. Oh yeah, because
Talk to him.
Dingleberry over here.
Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, this is kind of the 4X side rearing its head. So instead of other players being full-on civilizations, we have these remnant factions that you interact with. You can try to ally with them by going on quests and helping them out. But if you don't get them to your side soon enough, the Sorcerer King will pull them over and you'll end up fighting them. So it's this, this group of neutrals that through the course of the game kind of dictate who you'll be fighting and what kind of heroes you have on your side. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and the cool thing is that you get the hero if you ally with them, or you have to fight the hero if they go over to the bad side. And there are various levels of salty depending on how angry Buckholz was when he was writing them at that time. No, they're great.
Craft the Amulet of Binding. Okay. So it sounds like I have to craft something.
Indeed.
Amulet of Binding.
Not too bad.
Oh, I just need a chain. Oh, cool.
Platinum chains will take a little while, but
Yeah.
once you start beating some of the second level encounters, you'll be all right.
Okay. So
So
let's,
get your murder on. That's what I say. That's usually what I say to be, to be
You do
for
say that a lot.
full transparency. But
all about the murder.
I am all about the murder.
I don't know how I feel.
I am kind of ridiculously aggressive in most games that I play.
3. Okay, so I have
So I'd go for the 1 slot though. Below it because that's 2/4.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna want that other one eventually for sure.
Sure. Okay.
But
So
the
now
extra
I can,
construction right now is really
so
good.
the way that City Enchanting works is there are these essence slots based on where you build.
Also,
your
that's at
city.
2.5, which is super weird.
2.5. Oh, yeah. I guess we don't need decimals there. So anyways, I have 2 essence slots, which means I can cast 2 spells on the city, and I'm going to Chain and Hammers now, or
Yeah, I would actually do Arcane Construction.
Okay.
Because you're going to be building a lot of buildings.
Okay.
See, that just saved you 2 turns on the workshop. That's awesome.
Okay.
How good is that? It's so
That is
good.
nice.
All right. The CW is making fun of us for wasting rare resources on initiative enchanting instead of going and getting horses and doing aspect of speed, which is a totally legit choice.
Yeah.
Although aspect of speed also costs flawless iron or something like that, which I always want more iron, to be honest. Like I never feel like I have more iron. So it's an interesting question. It looked like we had enough cedarwood oil that it wasn't a huge deal. But I could be wrong.
There is that other.
There's a shard.
Let's go see what. I'd be up against? So uncertain victory. I'm gonna.
You're
play
not
this
going to
out
want to
'cause I
auto-resolve
don't-
it, yeah. I mean, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
But you're going to want to make better use of your abilities and stuff, like your sweep attack, for example. Now, in this case, I would totally sweep instead of inspiring, because he's got a decent chance of whacking all three of these.
I don't have sweep my first turn. So the question is, do I
Oh, you
run up?
changed it. Oh,
It's been like that for a while.
oh, whatever.
And it has a mana cost. We got to get rid of those.
You do. I'm telling you, man.
That's lame.
It's super lame.
Mana
Take you
cost
20 minutes. 20 minutes in the data, and you fix it.
It's like 2 minutes. I shouldn't say that on the record though. So smite. Do I run up and smite, or do I run up and inspire, or do I hold back and inspire, or do I hypnotize? No. Or do I flame dart? What do I do?
Well, you definitely don't do any of those spells because they're terrible.
Okay.
God, since you took away the first turn sweep, I guess I'd inspire.
Okay. So do I hold
I'd
back?
No, you run Tandis up front. I mean, he's the beefiest of your dudes.
Okay, he'll take whatever.
There you go.
Whatever pounding comes.
And like it.
All right.
I hate fighting Ericson. They're so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got to howl. I mean, especially with
Okay.
soldiers, howl is just so
So
important.
I'm gonna stay. Right
Yeah,
there.
I think that's solid.
Okay.
And then, but these guys can go cleave across.
This is Sir.
Well, whatever.
Kristen.
Okay, Sir Dingleberry can go cleave across anyway.
Don't we want to try to save him?
What do you care? He's so terrible. Jeez.
You have no love for
this.
these.
Is his entire purpose in life is to go
to
see.
die.
See, look how good that was.
That was good. You're right.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I
man,
mean, he's
I
a single figure soldier. He's so bad. I mean, yeah, he's got a little extra health, but his attack is basically non-existent.
Okay, so this is a pretty easy battle.
Yeah. Well, it was a good matchup for you because you had some decent sweeps in here and whatnot.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even have to use the sweep. Okay.
So it was not so bad.
Okay, cool. Oh, and I got my
You
last
got your
breath.
last breath.
And so now I just
Nice. You need your platinum chain.
Okay, be on the lookout for a warlock's hut because I may be able to quest up something.
That's a question. Does the size of the map affect the number of neutral factions available in a game, and what affects the presence of any specific faction in case not all of them can appear due to map size? Yeah, it's all in the random map generator for our random maps. Obviously, we have handcrafted maps as well that are handcrafted, and so they're whatever's on there is whatever's on there. Oh, nice. Never mind. It's Apprentice. I mean, it's just him and Darkling, so it might not be that bad.
Okay, I'm going.
You're gonna go for it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. I appreciate your
Gumption.
gumption. That's an excellent word for it. So anyway, so it's all in the random map generator. So like, what affects who can show up in a game is some logic that we have in the map generator. To be honest, dibble dibble dop. He was reading. I bet a little Mr. Brown can moo. Can you? Because I could tell you, as the father of a toddler, all of the sounds that Mr. Brown can do. He can sound like the rain. Dibble dibble dop, dibble 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 dop.
I didn't read that one.
So that's very amusing. Well done, Chris. Gilmoy is trolling that you get a Steam badge if Sir Kristen kills the Sorcerer King. It's not true. You don't get a Steam badge for that. I will totally give you a shout out if you manage to do that.
Man, I would love to see that achievement though. Those are the types of achievements that I really like. Are the
like weirdo
the
challenge
weird,
mode?
Yeah,
almost.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so the question about the neutrals and who shows up is because there's a perception, which is probably the reality, to be honest, that not all neutral factions are equal in strength, and therefore it can affect the potential game difficulty. And I think that's probably totally true. I think there's absolutely going to be combinations of neutral champions and neutral units with your wizard type and your heroes. I mean, there's going to be stuff like that works better or worse together. Honestly, there's so many combinations of that it would be foolish to try to balance them all. Yeah. In my opinion, I think that's actually one of the things I like about games like Sorcerer King that have random map generators is that the maps are totally different in difficulty. You know, you have maps where it's like you get a sweet like a shard and an expansion slot right away, and like you're off to the races, right? And that totally happens, and that's just kind of how it goes. You have other times where you're totally blocked behind some horrible monster, and you have to like sacrifice a lot of what would normally be early expansion for other stuff. And like I don't know, I think that stuff is very interesting. So I don't know that there's. I mean, ideally, yes, we want the factions to be something approaching balanced, right?
You don't want the you win faction,
right? Not by any means, but I mean, there's always going to be something like, oh, well, if you're playing the priest and then you get the swamp giant guy, it's like because you have heal and he's got a ton of hit points, it works really well. Like there's always going to be synergies like that are better than, you know, just throwing whatever random units you find into an army and fighting with those. But I mean, that's the fun
that is the fun, you know, finding those combinations, finding that synergy.
So I mean, that's I guess how we kind of approach it. The CW says he has actually used Sir Kristen to kill the Sorcerer King using a Blizzard Scroll. Congratulations to CW.
Awesome.
Here's your shout out. I appreciate that has already been done. Gilboy says you should be like the spy in Stratego. Awesome. We had a question that we've gotten a couple times over the months that we've been doing the stream. I like necromancy and like fighting as the undead. Are there any necromancy like elements in the game? Absolutely. There's not like a necromancer class that you can play, but there are animate dead spells. There are, you know, skeleton summoning.
There's the necromancer hero that you get.
There's a necromancer hero that you get.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Is he one of the neutrals or?
Yeah. If you team up with Sorcerer.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So there's a necromancer hero. There you go.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if we did a necromancer type sovereign at some point as like a DLC.
Yeah.
Just because it's one of the requests we get a lot.
All the time, yeah.
So I would not be at all surprised about that. I think there's a lot of interesting things we could do with like more evil type sovereigns, which would be really cool. You have a 5+2 over there. Yeah. So yeah. That's the answer to that question. But yeah, not at launch. It's like there's some spells and there's a hero you can get. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see how this battle against the Fallen Apprentice goes, because he can be really nasty.
I'm going to take the Pioneer out of my army.
That's an excellent idea. I think you should definitely do that.
Son, don't give me crap. I know how to play. Oh God, she didn't come out.
She's like Ollie.
Okay,
he won't come out. That's
so
another toddler book for those of you who are not parents and have not been subjected to reading the same book over and over, the same 5 books over and over.
Oh man, have you guys found Pete the Cat?
We have not found Pete the Cat.
Pete the Cat's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah, he's super
Is it
chill.
Like books or
they're like they're really tiny books, but it's about the super chill cat.
All right,
I think
he's
high all the time.
I like it,
but he's like. Stuff happens. He's like, whatever, you know. Buttons
he's just
falling
a cat
off his coat. He's like, whatevs.
All right.
And so whenever the kids get frustrated playing Super Mario, I'm like, you gotta be like, what would Pete the Cat do? And they're like, oh, okay, he'd probably chill out and be cool as hell.
I love it. I'm already sold on Pete the Cat. I love it.
Good stuff.
I will say on this subject, man, you are gonna can you make any like scrolls or anything?
Oh yeah, I should see. Is there anything I can do? Restore
Nope.
lands? Nothing here.
You got nothing.
Don't have Cloud Walk. Yeah, let's check scrolls. Fireball scroll.
Nah, Fireball scroll will help you quite a lot.
Okay, yeah, I got some stuff. So
it's gonna take your last breath, which you need for that quest, but last breaths aren't that hard to get.
I'll probably get a last breath from this battle.
Before you get a platinum chain, I bet you get a last breath. Oh yeah, and there's a bunch of Darklies here. And they have a chance to drop it.
Chain shirt. Let's put this on.
I would hook up Tandis at this point. You do what you want to do. But for a tough fight, I would just tank up Tandis because there's a decent chance everybody else dies and Tandis carries it.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, I can't play that way.
Really?
I cannot.
It's so good. No, man, these guys are all disposable.
Oh,
in another 15 turns, you're not going to care about these dingus soldiers anymore. They're so bad.
All right.
As soon as pikemen start coming out, your soldiers are like,
oh, that hurt.
Like half the time, I just go suicide them because they're just pointless.
Oh, come on. Have you no heart?
Have we talked about how like the tyrant is my favorite hero
and
sovereign
that's true.
and like and how ridiculously aggressive I am in like every single 4X. Ugh. It's a little bit of a
such
disease.
a turtle compared to you. Like
yeah, you are. That's true. That's
Okay,
true.
so let's enchant some of this stuff.
I think now you need to enchant the stuff for sure,
okay,
especially for Tandis.
so-
Oh, you can give him backswing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, you need to give
Okay.
Tandis backswing for
Backswing.
sure.
I think eventually we're going to have it
Plus
so
10 backswing? That doesn't make any sense.
is percentage chance of
Oh. Well, that's not very exciting.
Oh.
Because then, oh.
No,
That- oh, no, I'm all
so
sad.
excited. I'm sorry, man. I'm really
I
sorry.
love backswing. It's so good. Because it's like, it feels so good because you're like, oh, man, I missed. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw you, Trog.
Until you miss on the backswing, and then you just
Yeah.
feel like a total a-hole. Like,
Just
man, I suck.
inconsolable. Well, I don't know. Then in that case, well, I don't even care what you do, Scott, because if it's 10% backswing, then that's just not doing anything for me.
Okay.
You just do whatever you need to do.
Okay. And then what? That fireball spell is going to do most of the work.
I think you're right. Now, if Sir Kristen can do the fireball scroll, that would make me happy because his turn is otherwise useless because he's a terrible character. He's just not a good fighter. But yeah, no, fireball these guys, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is he going to
pop
be up?
him.
He will be up before.
Yes. Oh, I should kill the cams because a lot of the relevant information is down there. Yeah, so Tandis can inspire.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to be fine.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I'm totally behind on the chat because I got all excited about toddler books. Because that's my life now. Anyway.
And then we're going to howl. And then we're going to fireball. Oh, man. I can't hit both of them. Oh, shoot. Oh, well.
So on the topic of the oh, see, that was pretty solid. On the topic of the balance and the neutral factions and stuff like that, if priest plus warrior hero is a certain victory, what's the point in spellcasting heroes? I was just using that as an example. I don't think that priest plus spellcaster is a certain victory by any means. I was just using, that was just an off the top of my head example. It's probably not even true because I haven't even played a game in which, as the priest, in which I've gotten the swamp giant. So, oh, look at that scout, just eating it. That's okay. He's pointless too. He can die. Who cares?
Okay, so
You can always build another one.
I can sweep right here. I can go in. I really should try to take care of this.
Yes, you absolutely should. Yeah, Tandis should go smite him for sure. Okay. Even though it costs mana, which is ridiculous. Ugh, 13. Ugh. That's not going to get it done.
Ugh. Okay.
Bite.
Bite him.
Ugh.
Oh, come on.
Jeez.
Okay.
Fortunately, Drain Life is not
Everybody's-
nearly as OP as it is in Legendary Heroes.
Yeah. Okay, so Sir Kristen's back up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, bring it on.
Woo!
Oh, my gosh.
It's
This dodge stuff just
It's
kills
pretty
me.
brutal. Fortunately, Tandis has a lot of initiative because we were smart
Oh,
and used
yeah.
our cedarwood oil
Man,
to
I
enchant
shoulda-
him like a boss. Yeah, Scout might as well call Galar for, you could Flame Dart the Apprentice maybe, or
Ooh,
you
Yeah, Flame
could...
Guard the Apprentice.
Yeah.
I have a couple of heal spells if I really need them. Oh, I need
Healing.
to get around.
That's okay. Well, move diagonally. Yeah, you got
yep,
it.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see.
Gargamel has said that, but he did play a warrior with a warrior hero with a priest sovereign and soloed the Sorcerer King with his warrior hero. So fair enough.
Feel free to
Send us your
cheese-
save game
yeah.
and let us know how that cheese was accomplished.
Yeah.
I mean, I can probably figure it out, but it would be. I would be super interested if you would post a save game though.
Yeah, save games are very useful.
So helpful, you guys. Oh my gosh, can't even tell you. Yes, save games. We love them.
Okay, I got 2 more attacks in before.
Because that's all like. I mean, that's what the beta is for. You know what I mean? So help us out, and we very much appreciate it. There you go.
We're
See,
good.
oh,
We're
you're
good.
killing it. You're crushing it.
Okay.
There ain't even a problem. And man, Sir
Yeah,
Kristen
okay,
didn't even
yeah,
die.
yeah. Okay, we're good.
I'm kind of disappointed that Sir Kristen didn't die, to be honest. with you.
You're a monster.
Oh
my
that
gosh.
might be true.
You need more. I'll bring in some children books for you. but-
I need to read more Steve the Cat, clearly,
Yeah.
is what needs to happen. All right, so now you can get, oh man, and some crystal.
And a little crystal. Nice.
Oh man, that is not bad.
Okay, champ level up. Oh, I didn't even check to see what I got from.
Oh, you didn't
Blue
get
ones.
you got
I didn't
a, you
get
got
a
a
soul.
Heart of Darkness or whatever it's called,
Okay.
the Shadow Heart, and some gems.
lethal.
Yeah, whatever lethal is, it doesn't matter because Harbinger is next, and Harbinger is awesome.
Okay.
Because that truly makes Tandis. You might even be able to split Tandis off solo at that point.
Okay.
Because he's so. I mean, if you give him enough defense, because he's so strong with Harbinger.
Idle cities. Oh, I haven't even found another city. This is getting ridiculous. What should I build next? I like Watchtower. Do you ever do Watchtower?
Oh, I love Watchtower. Watchtower is great.
Okay. And how my logistics? I got 2.
You got 2, so you're doing all right. You're gonna have 1 after this guy, but that's okay.
No, it just uses the one that the.
Oh yeah,
Pioneer,
duh.
So
But outpost cost a logistics point, Scott. I'm terrible at this game.
Play the game. Play the game more. Okay. So let's.
Hey Scott, where should I tell Gargamel to
actually,
send his email or send his saved game? I mean, I could have him email it to.
He can send it right to me.
Right to you?
Yeah, Scott at Stardock.
Scott. It's just Scott at Stardock?
Yep.
What, have you like been here for 30 years or something?
I have since I was 19.
That is insane. Whatever. I was at my last job for 10 years, so I can't really complain too much or make fun of you too much, I guess.
Enchanted Forge.
He is. What's scholarship 2? That looks interesting.
50% bonus to the amount.
To
of
oh my goodness. That's
also
not bad.
Magician Academy.
That's not bad at all. What's Arcane? I haven't seen this tree in a. Well, I guess you just have been
just
playing
little
with it,
tweaks.
So.
Yeah, little tweaks here and there.
Okay,
like buffing
right.
things as necessary.
But like teacher and marching order is really good too.
Clairvoyance. I really like with the wizard.
Sure.
Having that extra cast.
Do it.
Is nice. So.
And it leads you toward the tower if you're gonna end up doing that.
Do it. We can.
How do you feel about tower at the end of the clairvoyance line?
Oh, I mean, we just stuck it there.
Yeah. No, I figured, but
I figure it's a magical. Like they should be at the end of magical tracks.
okay.
I don't know.
Depends on what I guess is the lore of it that it's kind of the same thing as the spell of mastery where you're like you're tying all the shards in the world to yourself.
Yeah, in LH to get the spell of mastery, like the
you
spell
had to build
the
4 towers or
yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah, so
okay. Kind of the same idea. All right, I can see that.
Okay, we got spells to pick. Eyes of the Eagle, Inferno, target tile.
Tutelage doesn't suck on Tandis.
Yeah. Okay.
And you got the mana to support it.
I only need 3. Yeah, 3 turns to get that.
Nice.
Done.
Actually, the wizard getting that big fat research bonus, especially early on, that's actually a pretty cool differentiator for him.
Yeah.
Because they already took a shot from the outpost, so they're wounded.
New battle map.
Nice. New battle. Oh, I like that one.
We're on the beach.
We're hanging out. There's probably a cat somewhere. Oh, somebody in the chat, I believe it was CW, wanted me to make fun of you for the fact that the rubber ducky has already been found. Oh, and it's still beta.
No, the rubber duck is not rubber duck.
That's a holdover, isn't it?
Oh, that rubber duck is was the beta. That was us testing something.
Item drops or some weird thing. So that's not even the
found
duck.
Nothing.
No,
that's nothing.
Excellent.
Try again later, my friend.
All right. So there's still some duck related things that might exist that people don't know about yet.
We haven't talked about it, but there's some really awesome stuff going on in the duck thread on the forums. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Gilmore is complaining that Clairvoyance line is a waste of sovereign levels. I'm encouraging him to write up his thoughts on why Clairvoyance is a waste of sovereign levels, because it shouldn't be, and if it is, we have failed at balance.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I get it. I could probably write up that post myself.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear from the community why they think that is as well.
Yeah.
So definitely interested in hearing that. Love to see. I'm one of those people that if I'm talking and typing at the same time, I can do one or the other. So I either speak what I'm typing, or
it's hard to do them both at the same time.
Because it's both like you're in your language center of your brain, right?
Yeah.
And my brain's already been irradiated, so it's a problem. All right. See you write up your thoughts and post on the forum. Smiley face. Bam.
I just got myself a free hypnotized.
Ooh, how did you do that? With hypnotize or?
Yeah, with hypnotize.
Does it still cost 50 freaking mana?
40.
Oof, so much mana.
Yeah, probably wasn't worth it.
Does the Urkson inherit the outpost ability? Or
yeah, I can throw him down anywhere. So
so
that's what I kind of like is having. So so you have that guy that you can just. If you find a shard out in the wild, you can make use of it.
No, here's a question.
Unless he dies here.
Because I play. Oh. They are made out of tissue paper and candy. So
seriously,
that was hilarious. So that was definitely not worth it.
Worst.
That was the worst.
I thought they were stronger. How?
Here's a question for you though: is it possible for us to add an effect that happens if it gets resisted?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. There's
I can't think of anything in the any existing spell that does that, but I don't know if the code has a hook that does it.
A lot of the a lot of the like damage spells
do
get
half?
cut in half if they get resisted, because it's just it's total. It's really annoying.
Right. For sure. No, I'm on board. But that would be interesting if they like lost a turn or something if hypnotize was resisted.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that would at least like it would make it sting a little bit less, and you wouldn't feel like you wasted, especially if we keep the cost that high.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
I think that might be a good buff to hypnotism. I still think Tandis should get something that debuffs resistance.
Yes. Oh yeah. His
Tandis is his mustache.
Steel. Yeah, his mustache. His smarmy. His swagger.
Here's a great point. You could just summon a pikeman from town for 40 mana. Is a monster that takes 0 logistics worth a for sure pike? Is a chance at a monster that, to be fair, does not take logistics worth straight up better than a pikeman, and it takes a spell cast in combat. That's a good point.
Logistics
are important, but man, are they?
I guess it depends. I guess it depends on the who you hypnotize.
Interesting.
But yeah.
I was just reading this quest. That's amusing.
So famous.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Okay. This is a good point. Summon ship should be a spell that the player always should be able to get, because in a recent game, one of the lieutenants was on an island, and I could not finish the game because I did not get the summon ship spell to research.
That didn't pop up. That always pops up for me, but
we should maybe look at just
okay.
Goes on the notepad. Oh, you're way behind on your notepad game, Scott.
The game's
we got
solid.
Make sure summon ships shows up. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Shows up
and
for beached lieutenants
and add resist effect to hypnotize. Or investigate. I mean, I don't want to say that we should do it. Well, I do want to say that we should do it, but it's not ultimately my call to make. So,
okay,
that's a good call though. You could maybe, could you even just start everyone with summon ship? I mean, who wants to research summon ship?
Yeah, that's
it's such a boring skill. You know what I mean? Like,
what about a docks improvement that unlocks it?
Nah, but then you have to guarantee that you start on the coast.
No. I mean, just any. I know.
Or because then you have to guarantee that there's a settleable tile somewhere on the coast. I mean, it's just going down.
I just in any city, like have a wonder that's called like Shipmaster's Quarters, where at any point, because the moment that it's a spell, even if it shows up with regularity in the spell book, you still have to wait until you've.
Well, I'm saying, could you just start
start off with it? That would be an interesting option to start. Like, if I wanted to spend my mana,
right? Because I mean, it does cost mana.
I could be talked into that.
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
I like the wonder because then it's a choice, and it gives the cities, like anytime we can have the cities do more. But getting a spell from a wonder does feel kind of gamey. It
feels really gamey, and I like it as a spell because it's like, it's kind of such a
out of logistics.
That's okay. You need barracks anyway.
Yeah. What are these guys doing?
Oh, they're just little dinguses. You'll be fine. I like it as a spell because it reduces the overhead, the attention overhead of it.
Yeah.
Because ships are such a minor part of the game that like I don't want to like have to build a bunch of crap and like care about it that much. I want to just be like, oh crap, I need a ship. Right. Summon it in.
Okay, so they did attack me, FYI. So they're not such dinguses that.
Hooray!
They'll leave me alone.
Ooh, grain. I love grain. It's so good.
Okay, cool.
Oh, blue drake.
Oh, funny. Didn't this come up in one of the streams? We were talking about how grain seems to have disappeared.
It did. That's true.
Nice that it's back.
Did you actually? Have you been in
I didn't look
poking at the
into
RNG?
No. Huh. It's in fog bugs, but.
We had a suggestion to give heroes the ability to embark, similar to what like Civilization does. Civilization 5, famously. Age of Wonders does that as well. Probably some other games that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Oh man, you need a. What are you doing?
Oh. Sorry.
Jeez.
Man, I was about to go headlong into that battle too. So.
Think of how much mockery I would have been able to drop.
You couldn't drop any because he has escape. One of the best abilities in the whole friggin' game.
Fair enough. That's an interesting idea to do the embark thing. I mean, that would require a bunch of code changes and stuff at this point, I would imagine.
Embark. So you would.
So you basically from a beach, you could move onto the ocean and just automatically be on boats.
It would require code, but
It would.
There is some like that feels better to me than
Right.
like conjuring a boat. There's some.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like summon ship is a little gamey. Like it, it feels.
And it's a little
like,
bit weird. And it's like, why am I using magic to build a freaking boat
Is
when
it a
I could
magic
be
boat?
like blowing up
is it
mountains? Yeah.
Could be talked into that too.
I don't know. I like honestly, I like Embark personally just because again, it's less to freaking think about and manage. Like, if anybody remembers the bad old days of loading up freaking transports, it just always sucks.
If there's a hero, you can go underwater. Yeah, that it would require a lot of code though.
Yeah. Or you could just get rid of ships entirely, which is what we did for LH. But I mean, people complain about that too.
Yeah.
I personally don't. I don't mind. I actually don't mind having water just being an impenetrable obstacle.
I mean,
I
kind of like there being islands and more to explore. Like in Civ, that was always like a milestone.
True, when you get to go across the ocean.
Cool,
and
I wonder what's out there.
Yeah.
We just have to make sure that there's. I mean, what we need to make sure is that there's stuff out there worth exploring.
And so you kind of have to mess with the RNG to get cool stuff on islands. Anyways, you need to cast tutelage on Tandis.
You got there.
Eventually. Battlements needs to be upgraded, by the way. +1 damage is like a million times worse than increasing your outpost, which seems weird. I mean, it's probably fine at like +2 or +3, but +1 is weak.
Is lame.
Perfect.
What do you think? +3?
I think you make it +3.
Okay.
That feels pretty decent to me.
Yeah, the fact that outposts can get up to +8.
Is that what they're at now?
It's even if it's +4, if you have like enough of them around, you're
right.
You're
right. Oh yeah, stuff gets wrecked. Garden. How do you not have a garden? Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Jeez, Scott. You got a lot of bandits up in your business.
I know. Okay. Overwhelming victory. That's what I wanted.
Yep.
Auto resolve.
Blow.
Okay.
Because it's just stupid Darklings. That Drake would probably be a bad idea, though.
Okay, so we have a last breath. I'm not going to touch the Drake.
Yeah. Is that a Drake or is that a different kind of Drake?
That's I don't know why he's showing up in. He's an ice Drake, a blue Drake.
Okay.
He should not be here. Okay, so crafting. I do not have what I need. Ooh. What's this? Moves. Oh, that's nice. I really want to make the amulet. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. I appreciate that you're actually moving the game along while I'm kind of reading the chat. A good point brought up by Gargamel. Giving a free embark and disembark ability will probably open an exploit like baiting powerful monsters and then embarking out of their reach while your second group does layer looting. That's kind of interesting. Do our layer monitors ever move?
No.
I thought that we stuck them in place.
They are stuck in place, and they will not. Yeah, they will never. They won't move until the layer upgrades. So the only time that you will be able to lure them is once there's a new bigger baddie
Okay,
guy
because I
there.
have still. That's not the last time I played, which to be fair was a couple patches ago, especially compared to internal. There was I did still come across empty layers from time to time.
Secondary locations.
Oh yeah, that does look nice. Well done. Changing a hero's armor does changing a hero's armor or weapons or troops heroes or armor or weapons. Well, you can't upgrade weapons on troops. Change appearance. Just weapons, I believe, right?
Just weapons. Yeah.
Yep. So armor, no. Weapons, yes. And heroes are the only people who can equip weapons. So there you go. Everybody else has their weapons locked at creation. Otherwise, you end up with like the same friggin' soldier that you've had all game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your cloud walk. Good job, buddy.
Oh.
I'm so proud
That
of
was
you.
the most condescending. Good job. You're such a dad. Oh, good job. You did it. That's kind of the letter A. Get it right. Oh, you bastard.
Oh man.
Okay. What I'm trying to do is get this pioneer along the road.
Yes.
Do we have any second city names, or did you close the chat?
Oh no, we had one somewhere. People weren't biting on it too much, which I'm kind of sad about.
That's fine.
We could just keep the
Fabul will be Mysidia.
well, I was thinking we could go to a different game in the series or a different
okay.
RPG series entirely.
Okay.
We could go for like
Victory auto resolve. Yeah.
let's see. Oh, there you go. Just wrecking dudes.
Nice.
Love it.
Love it.
You're taking a little bit of damage, but it ain't even a thing.
That's fine. Okay. So let's move in.
Second Milsha from Xenosaga, which is a great series that is deeply flawed, but I love it anyway.
I've never played that. I've
Really?
heard such great things about it. Yeah.
Oh man, it seems like you would really enjoy it. I mean, just from what I know about your
Yeah.
taste in games and stuff.
I love a good JRPG.
Although the CW points out a good point that since we have your wussy name from your kitty game in there, we should have something strong and aggressive to reflect my input on the game.
What?
So we could go with like oh boy, or oh no, we should go for a fantasy series. What's a good fit? Oh, Luthadel. Luthadel a great name.
That is a good name.
That's from Mistborn, which is an excellent fantasy series by Brandon Sanderson, if you haven't read it. And it's the seat of the final empire, which is very appropriate, I feel. Very good and strong and aggressive. We'll name it Luthadel. Man, killed it. Killed it.
It's going to be Adams and A-hole.
It probably. We're going to come back, and Scott's going to have edited the save game for next week. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh,
we got some.
Gilmoy says that a DLC could add teleporting layers. They look like layers until you step on them, and then they teleport somewhere and do something terrible. That's kind of an interesting idea. Yeah, the problem is you don't want to you never want to feel like punished for clearing out a layer.
Yeah.
Right? Like that would feel a little.
I mean, it could be, well, if it
was like a super rare thing and it was like nimbly doing something.
Yeah, I was going to say if it's tied to a quest, like they lead up, there's fair warning in the quest text or something.
Or if it was a layer that actually, instead of just being a regular loot, actually spawned a quest and it was a rare thing, it could feel like something cool. Like because if it gave you like a secondary part to the quest, it was like, oh, whoop, 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 right? It's Zoidberg like scuttles off. And then there's a cool secondary quest location to do something with. That could be kind of cool. All right. So, well, you need.
How much time do I have?
Well, we're actually over an hour, so we need to wrap it up.
Okay.
So we're actually let's get Luthadel founded, and that'll be Act 1.
Okay.
We'll call that good.
Battlements?
So no, God.
Oh,
no.
that's right. I'm sorry. We were talking about battlements. I forgot.
Well, you already have pikemen, right? You have the thing.
Yeah.
Because you built your whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so pikemen are sweet. You don't really need one right now, but I would build like an armory so that when you do start cranking out some pikemen, they're better.
Okay. Done.
And that actually unlocks sentinels, but I don't think you have any metal. So, they're just stupid one-off skeletons. They're pointless.
So
you need to get your pioneer down there.
Let's go get.
All right.
You're gonna have to tell me how to spell this.
I can do that. Question in the chat: did I also read the sequel, Alloy of Law, which actually was not really a sequel, but kind of a side story, standalone novel in the same universe as Mistborn? Well, not just the same universe, because most of Sanderson's books are in the same universe, but on the same world. I did read Alloy of Law. I actually really, really liked Alloy of Law. I thought it was excellent. So I definitely recommend that as well. Luthadel. Luthadel.
It's pretty good.
So good. Little shout out to lately my favorite author. Although also Pierce Brown is my other favorite author lately. His first book, I don't know if it's his first book, the first book in the series that I got started on is called Red Rising. And it's a really neat sci-fi thing. It's kind of like the Hunger Games, but with a way less stupid setup and a lot more murder. But super good. I definitely recommend whatever it is I just recommended. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. All right. Do we got anything to get not really.
No, we're so...
Because we got Candace pretty much outfitted in the level 1 gear, which is great.
We're still exploring. Like, it's kind of crazy how for an arena map, for our smallest map, it still feels pretty big.
The thing is, our maps feel so much bigger, even though they're literally the same number of squares as whatever size map in another game. They feel so much bigger because you have so much more to explore because there's not all these rival factions taking up a bunch of space.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like the whole map is actually there for you to engage with instead of effectively, 25 or 30 or 40 or 50% of it. So like even the arena map still feels really big. You could probably make arena maps smaller.
Yeah.
Like what are arena maps now? Now they're like 1x2.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't know if you can make them any smaller. I mean, you can make it 1x1 maybe. Ooh,
okay,
you got another settlement spot.
Yeah,
there
another
too?
settlement spot. But it looks like
got a garrison.
It's only a fallen.
Oh, it's an apprentice. Nice.
I know I can take them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so for next time,
we'll get on down here. We'll clear out some dudes.
So we need another city name. This time we'll.
Oh, we are gonna need another city name. We still have invisible magicians.
Yeah, that didn't get fixed. Next time we will keep exploring. Looks like we need to go down here. Yeah, we didn't even find the his lair yet. Okay, that's fine. We got 2 cities going. We got only 2 shards. Man, off to kind of a slow start. Sorry, guys. I was hoping to have like a minor faction on my side by now or something. I'm still looking for some loot to craft to please them. Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's all right. We're making some decent progress.
Cool.
I'll try to talk more so that you can actually play the sinking game next week.
Yeah.
That's something that will definitely improve our progress. We got to get a scout up here to finish off scouting our little area too.
I think it was a mistake to not come down.
Do you think so? I don't know, but we found some pretty good stuff though.
Yeah.
Like we already got a shard in a second city, which is pretty good.
How about we kick out
turn whatever
scout?
I think that's not a terrible idea.
Okay, we're gonna kick out a scout here, and here.
See, and so normally I would build more units, but you actually have been playing fairly conservatively, or at least conservatively enough that you haven't lost any of your guys, so you still have a full hero stack.
Yeah.
And it's like your other units don't really have a whole big use for other units right now. Except for running around with your hero, and his stack is already full, so it's like, let's build improvements.
Yeah.
So
okay, what should I build? So this is your city. So
garden or a workshop,
or
work camp, whatever.
Okay.
Camp. You don't need a garden because they have grain. So work camp for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's where we're gonna leave it. I think
next week.
Excellent. That's the jam.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
For sure. Thanks for watching. Type up that feedback. Send in those save games. We appreciate it so much. Come back tomorrow, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 7 a.m. Pacific. The finals of the inaugural Off-World Trading Company tournament are going to be streamed. I believe it's PB Head versus Zap. I may be remembering that incorrectly, but I apologize if that's the case.
That's a good idea.
So you can check that out on Twitch at Stardock. It always goes up on YouTube as well. And then we'll be back on Friday with Galciv. We will be doing all kinds of things on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot as time goes by as well. So we look forward to seeing you. And
did I already say next week was when the patch is dropping?
I don't think you said that.
Okay.
That's a nice
If it
thing to
didn't-
end the stream with.
So and then next week, Thursday,
Patch.
5.8.
Nice.
So that'll be cool.
Excellent.
Okay.
Patch for y'all. All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll talk to
See you next
later.
week.